All right, after seeing this Raw, there's a legit reason why SmackDown has destroyed Raw in the ratings. There is a legit reason, people. And we just now saw it. On the real, I don't really know where their head is. When it came to the opening segment, it was freaking cringe-worthy. I don't know what Stephanie's trying to do. I don't know whether or not she's legitimately trying to be a face, but she sucks at it. She really sucks at being a babyface. She just can't do it. It's not in her DNA. I mean, she is literally primed to be a jerk because her father's one. So it's impossible for her to be a babyface. So stop trying. Just saying. I will say this. There was not as much talking. There was a little bit more matches because they're trying to take the same blueprint as SmackDown for the end of 2016. But the difference with SmackDown and Raw is that they made their matches worth something. They put a lot on the line. They made it feel like it was a lot on the line. They made you care about every match they had. I am just completely appalled at the main event. But I'm gonna be real here. There were so many chances to make this a memorable beginning of the year. This is the first Raw of 2017. You should make it memorable. You should make it worth something. They couldn't even do that. The segments themselves was cringeworthy. They had potential feuds that they flushed down the toilet. They gave people shots to the title which shouldn't have gotten it at all. And then you could have possibly had a switcheroo or make it interesting, but you still take it to the same old repetition as last year. They could have given Jericho the belt, even though I don't think that it would have done him any justice getting the U.S. title, because Chris Jericho's character is larger than life. I said this on Twitter and I'm sticking to it now. Chris Jericho's character is larger than life. Anything below the main belt would downgrade him. And him actually having the title would still make the title worthless because he sucks all the attention away from the title and puts it onto him. Now, I know you guys will be like saying, well, The Miz does the exact same thing. Here's the difference with The Miz. The Miz knows how to promote himself as well with the belt. He knows how to make the belt look good because he's a great heel. And not only is he a great heel, he actually is proud of what he has. He's proud of his title and it shows. With Chris Jericho, he'll put so much heat on himself or put so much of the attention on himself, he'll suck it away from the belt. And he can never put anybody over, and he really hasn't his entire career because his character has been larger than life. I know a lot of you guys may disagree with that, but I'm going to be real here. Even at his debut, it was all about Jericho. Even when Jericho was a heel, it was all about Jericho. Even when he kind of teamed together with Christian, it was still all about Jericho. His character makes it impossible to put anyone over. That's how his character is made. He's doing butt kiss for Kevin Owens. He's making Kevin Owens like a stooge on a daily basis every time he comes out. This best friend thing needs to die. It was great maybe for the first few months of 2016, but it should have died at Survivor Series, in my opinion. But now it's going to go up to the Rumble. Now Chris Jericho ended up losing the title, or his opportunity to take it from Roman Reigns, which shows that Roman is going to keep the U.S. title, but it also shows that Kevin Owens is going to keep it heading on up to WrestleMania. In a way, it sucks for the U.S. title, but in a way, it is great for the Universal, because I did not want Roman Reigns to hold it, because he does not do anything for the belt unless they make him heel. Then he'll bring maybe something to the Universal title. But he's doing bupkis for the U.S. title. Everything that John Cena did has come to naught. Seriously. When it comes to the women, they have absolutely no idea what to do with them. I love Bayley. I do love Bayley. But Bayley has not gotten there yet when it comes to a title shot. She has beaten Nia Jax in the most tremendous way possible on NXT. It took a while for her to do it, but she ended up beating her in the best way possible. If they really did want to do a feud and do it right with Nia Jax, they should have had Nia Jax take the belt from Charlotte. She should have been the one to win, not Bayley. I'm sorry. I love Bayley, but Bayley has not gotten there yet. If you want people to like her, if you want people to appreciate her, do the same thing you did on NXT, just like you did with Becky Lynch. Have it to the point where she's chasing the belt, and when she finally gets it, it's worth something. Nia Jax is a beast, but she has not been booked as one. And yes, I'm not gonna lie, when she speaks on the mic, it sounds like she swallowed a whole heap of helium. But that can be worked on. All the women suck on the mic. It's like they haven't even tried to work on their mic skills. Especially Charlotte. I love Charlotte. She's an amazing heel, but she sounds like a freaking robot. Sasha Banks, oh my gosh. I love Sasha, but good Lord, don't give her a mic. Not yet. There is so much they can do with these women, but they have done nothing with them except for Charlotte and Sasha. Charlotte and Sasha, don't get me wrong, their matches were amazing in 2016, but it is time for a refresh. Nia Jax should have been the one to win. You want the beast to be dominant to where she becomes intimidating, so everybody has to go against her to get the belt back. She seems like a credible threat. But for some reason, you got this massive woman that could be an amazing heel. Not only is she beautiful, she could be an amazing heel. But then you got Braun Strowman, aka Mongo Likes Candy. And I'm not making fun of anyone. If you think that that's what I'm doing, I am not. Go watch Blazing Saddles, you know what I'm talking about. He's just like the character of Mongo without the hat on. They have booked him like a big, wandering, angry lummox. That's what they booked him as. He is a moron, a walking angry moron. They have booked him that way for months. And now this guy is wandering angry, aimlessly trying to beat everybody up. And the only person he can fight is Sami freaking Zayn. Sami Zayn has worked his butt off to get to that point. And he was in a feud with Kevin Owens for half past forever. He should be on SmackDown. He should be in a decent feud by now. But they couldn't even do that with him. He had to be thrown against Braun Strowman getting beaten up all the time. For what? And also for Braun Strowman, what is it doing to him? Sure, having a few jobbers, beating up on jobbers, working your way up to mid-card, sure. That can look intimidating for a while. But they're running out of people for him to beat up on. Braun Strowman needs to be in a credible feud to be a threat. And he just got speared by Goldberg. I could go on to the freaking New Day, and y'all know how much I hate them. Well, I don't really hate anybody, but I can't stand their gimmick. I still can. I wish they went away. Seriously. And honestly, to be real, as much as I don't like Titus O'Neil anymore, because he absolutely is not relevant, he's literally a waste of time on the air. Because they don't know what to do with him. And it has showed millions of times. But the potential of what they could have done between him and Xavier Woods would have been amazing if Titus O'Neil beat Xavier Woods. It would have started up a whole new feud. It would have made Xavier Woods examine himself as being the third member of the New Day. It would have inspired him to be a singles competitor because the guy is an amazing talker. He's very intelligent and he actually can fight on his own. It would have been amazing if they actually allowed that to happen. But what happened? Titus O'Neil lost once again to make him even more irrelevant. Just once again, because New Day has to sell more crap. And I'm already tired. And I'm telling you right now, Big E will forever be creepy. There's nothing that will change the fact of how creepy Big E is when he does that whole shimmy shake with his hips. He's a creepy man. I'm sorry. When he does a shimmy shake, it makes him look creepy. He's probably the nicest guy on the planet. But when he does that on the air, it is freaking creepy. Sorry, I'm going to straight up say that. I ain't taking it back either. So if y'all are fans of Big E, my bad. But hey, deal with it. That's how I feel about it. Seriously. But moving on away from the New Day, and let's talk about the main event, shall we? I don't want to get into anything else about Raw because there's really nothing else to talk about. But for this main event, when I found out that those two stooges, and don't get me wrong, I love me some Brock Lesnar, but the dude's been regressing lately. Not only that, you got Goldberg. Goldberg is the biggest laugh I can ever laugh about. I loved him back in the day because I really didn't think about how quick his matches were. But the older I got and the more that I looked at those matches, yeah, it shows. The man lacks endurance. He lacks endurance, but he's a massive powerhouse of a guy. And I can understand why you want him in a match. The guy is a draw. I mean, shoot, you had the fans, Goldberg, Goldberg. And then all of a sudden you got Paul Heyman coming out with his random spiel. Don't get me wrong. Paul Heyman is great when somebody is next to him. But when he's by himself just talking, he becomes a cowardly heel. The straight up usual cowardly heel. I love me some Paul Heyman. He's an amazing talker, but there's only so far he can go without Brock Lesnar there. Don't get me wrong. He's a great talker, but when he doesn't have somebody next to him that's large, he's less intimidating. It made no sense to have Paul Heyman there. And then I'm going to go back to the two stooges part. The fact that you got Brock Lesnar and you got Bill Goldberg to literally be number 1 and number 2 at the Royal Rumble, I'm going to tell you this right now. They ain't going to last. They're probably going to be the ones with the lowest time. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because we all know, everybody and their mom knows, that Goldberg does not have any endurance to last 30 minutes in a Royal Rumble match. He's going to get put out within 20 seconds. I'm going to tell you that right now. He could probably pin Brock Lesnar and be done within maybe 20 seconds or less. I would probably say maybe way less than a minute. But I'm going to say either 15 or 20 seconds, he's going to be out. And then somebody's going to come in and throw him out the ring. Goldberg is not going to be in it longer than a minute because he cannot last longer than 2 minutes. He can train forever and a day, but he has not proved to me that that man can last 5 minutes. He has not proved to me that all that training he has done is worth something. You can build up as much strength as you can, but if you don't have the endurance to last, it is worthless. All that work you did comes to naught. I'm going to tell you that right now. Goldberg is not going to last a second in that match. He's not. So having him as 1 and 2 is dumb. They should have him as 29 and 30. All the way in the back. Do what they were going to do in the first place. Have Goldberg clean house, and then somehow he goes to WrestleMania going up against Kevin Owens. You're teasing that anyway. Why don't you do it? Execute it. Don't bother having all these people that pay thousands of dollars to come and see you to have 1 and 2 when you know one of them cannot last longer than a minute. Seriously. It is so utterly ridiculous to know that Goldberg is going to be the first 2 numbers in the Royal Rumble match. I don't think I have ever been this angry. Not even angry, more pissed off more than anything else. I feel bad for anybody that has paid thousands of dollars to fly in just to see Goldberg. Because that dude is going to flop out quicker than he gets here. I'm gonna tell you this. I will stand corrected if I'm wrong. If Goldberg lasts longer than 2 minutes, I stand corrected. But I doubt it. The fact that he beat Brock Lesnar that quickly, I don't give a crap what anybody says. That's not genius. It's not. It's hiding a problem. That's what happened to him during his heyday. They tried to hide a problem with the streak. What makes you think this is going to work again? I'm tired of talking about Goldberg, y'all. I'm just done talking about Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. It's a disappointment, just like WrestleMania 20. But other than that, this Raw could have been better. This is the first Raw of the freaking year. And you're gonna up and do this, the same old crap you did in 2016? You're gonna have people pay thousands of dollars to see your pay-per-view live, and you put that crap on them? Not only that, people pay hundreds of dollars to even sit down on Raw. And if you think that Raw is cheap, it ain't. But y'all, I'm done talking about this Raw. There's really nothing more to say. And rate how you rate it in the comment section below.